to deploy.
So welcome everyone to Operation Broken Veil, which is going to be our next covered ops mission. We were lucky enough to choose A, an easy mission, and B, also neutralize the most negative event which could happen to us, which was in this case a reduction of all supplies by 50%. And we also got a very nice objective, which is protect the device. However, keep in mind all of the covered ops missions this month receive an additional drop of reinforcements, so we are going to be up against 12 enemies here to finish this mission. Alright, here we go.
Hostile forces are already moving to destroy the data tap installed nearby. We need to lock down the area and secure the device at all costs.
So, even better, we received a map with high ground advantage. I like that very much. These highways are probably one of my favorite locations to fight at. So, let's see where the enemies are at. Gonna take our scout here.
Hostile targets in sight.
There's the first pack. I'm not really buying that there's only a stun lancer and a sector. Probably there's more in this pack. Probably there's a second stun lancer. Pretty sure.
All right. Orders confirmed. Moving out. Moving to designated coordinates.
Now the protect the device missions are not as time critical as the others. Usually the enemies will not destroy the device too soon. We could trigger the pack, and I'm intrigued to do that. Don't want to wait until they move up to the next pack. So let's just take them here and now and start off with a sniper. Partial hit, minimum damage only.
We're in their sights.
The good thing about this pack is both of them will charge significantly forward. Yes. A stun lancer is always hyper aggressive. Both of our covered ops are still covered, so I don't know. I think I'm going to retain one in covered mode. And this here would uncover her, but also give a nearly 100% chance to kill the stun lancer. So yeah, let's use Emma here. Reveal her and kill the stun lancer. There we go. Good job, Emma.
Got him.
I can see that. You certainly got him.
Rolling.
Just moving up with the guys to make sure that we get this sectored.
On the move.
He is in full cover. We do have 2 grenades and a lot of packs to deal with. So do we already want to use the first grenade? I don't know, probably not. I would like to shoot with one and Overwatch with the other, because I think the sector is just going to use the reanimation. So yeah, let's Blackhawk, go for it. Good job, buddy. I can totally rely on this guy. He's missing all. He's hitting all of the shots.
Got it covered. Moving to Overwatch.
The Phantom will remain hidden, so he's not going to take the Overwatch. And this Overwatch was pretty shitty.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Yeah, you didn't get it. That's damn right, bro. And there's the reanimation. Good part about the reanimation is we can now flank the sectoid quite easily, and he'll just die. It's again Emma who will do the work here.
Affirmative. Moving out.
That's why I love the Rangers so much. Oh, and she even has a trigger of her hair trigger, so she would have had a second shot.
Okay. Moving to designated position.
Next up, we will move everyone up there and take the high ground advantage.
Let's rock. Good to go.
Back in.
On Overwatch. I'm on it. Okay. I have eyes on the enemy.
Alright. I can deal with these guys. I'm pretty confident about our ability to engage on them.
Moving to designated position.
That's also the second pack. But let's get our high ground going first.
Got it covered.
These guys are still far away. Could perfectly engage from here, but we won't do that. They will stay on top of the roof. At least it's my suggestion. Yeah. So we might want to trigger them. Before we do so, let's see what we would be up against. So we could move up to here, respectively position ourselves here. That is not too bad. I like the idea. And our sniper could get rid of this Advent officer. 75% hit. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. Lovely.
It's down.
Alright. So she has a grenade, just in case.
On your order.
I can totally rely on Blackhawk. He's always going to find the right balance. And I think, since we can't see this guy,
On my way.
we either want to go for an Overwatch. That's option number one, because he will reposition and then we have 2 shots at him. Or we blow the cover of our Phantom, which is not needed really. Option number 3 is we throw a frag grenade at him, but also that is not needed. So I guess just let's go for the Overwatch. This guy will probably move back into cover. Or even worse, try to start shooting at the device, which is meaningless at this point.
Moving to position. Target disabled.
Indeed, the target is disabled. So before we advance any further, I'd like to take a short look with our scout. Ooh, still in concealment, I like that very much.
Eyes on the target. Menace 1-5, we've got a line on the target. Move to protect that gear at all costs.
The gear looks pretty healthy to me, dude. I don't know about you, but it looks
Copy that.
protected.
And now.
Moving to designated coordinates. Scanning.
Moving to Overwatch.
So now the enemy is engaging, of course. Two stun lancers and the Viper. That's bad news.
Moving.
Let's first of all get everyone into position.
Closing on target position now.
Let's properly
Rock
reload.
and roll. Affirmative. Covering now. On the move. Affirmative. Covering now. Scanning. Come get some.
Moving to Overwatch.
They will now stay at the device, I suppose. No, I was wrong. They aren't. I'm still looking for a good engage here. And it's really not that obvious.
On your order.
Triggering them was not as bad as it might look like. I'm still thinking about where to position. To throw a nice flashbang grenade. All of them positioned quite well together.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
So I'm not afraid about their shots. And I can get off a full flashbang grenade on all 3 of them. Which I'm willing to do. So even, I don't know, I don't need the cover anymore. There's just going to be one more reinforcement.
They're on to me.
But taking out the stun lances, that's definitely a big plus. So we do have Comet Protocol here. Let's wait for him because he could theoretically finish off one of these guys. The Viper with a low percentage hit.
Headed there now.
50-50 and full cover is not really what I was expecting. This here is not too shabby because we would remove cover and the car would explode next round, which means they need to move.
Grenade out.
So JC Phoenix can start with the first Lancer. So that's exactly 1 damage short. And this is why I wanted to retain Comet Protocol. Because that's a 100% ensured damage to finish him off. There you go. So the snake is probably going to move out of cover, so I'm going to... Ah no, he doesn't have squad side overwatch. So question will be, shall I move up and shoot with a pistol at the other advent? And I guess the answer is yes, because this is just a 50-50 shot. Sniper can dodge, the Viper can dodge as well. And that's not effectively...
Moving out.
It's 50-50 for somewhere around 2 to 5 damage, but this here is a little bit better, but is secured damage. There we go. Now they are disoriented, which means they can't approach us in melee. The Viper is even going to go for more cover. Missing her shots. And the stun lancer is running away. Trying to go for, with a double move, trying to go for the device. Okay, first things first. Let's get rid of the stun lancer. 94% miss.
Not even close.
Heading to that
Let's
location.
try the other ranger. Okay, that was my priority target. Well, that is good. This guy is still in full cover,
Heading to that location.
which we need to change ASAP. So we are going to use our second grenade.
This is for you.
And there we go, that was the dodge. It's always a 33% chance, and it sucks. But I can rely on Blackhawk to get all of the kills.
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure.
And we were even so fast that we didn't receive any drops. So no reinforcements from their side. Good job, only 9 instead of 12. I like it. That was a clean mission. With regards to progression of the characters, what I have noticed is that the experience curve, so the required experience per level, is significantly increasing level per level. So it's not as linear as you're used to see it in XCOM 1. It takes quite a while to get to the highest rank.
Morale is sure to be high after an operation like that. Great work, Commander.
We would have either Shadow Strike, which is nice, I like it, but Shadow Step is much better in my opinion. Ignoring all of the Overwatches, definitely a go-to skill. Now he had the Combat Protocol, and he already skipped the Medical Protocol, so I'm going for Haywire as well. It's more the offensive version of the aggressive version of a specialist. And here we do have Deadeye versus Lightning Hands. So that's a difficult decision. Lightning Hands are nice, specifically when JC needs to move. So there will be a lot of times when he can just double his damage. And there will be times when he needs to move. Deadeye indeed is super awesome to start off encounters, because it just increases the damage a little bit more. I think for the beginning now I'm going with Lightning Hands, because I know that we will need to move often. We still can reskill it later. We do have the advanced laser sight, that's good.
You and your crew
142 supplies,
to the aliens' efforts today,
and we
Commander.
countered successfully their event. Let's finish making contact. Oh, there is a nice engineer. We definitely want to have this one. But let's just from the speed, let's go and pick up whatever new recruits we do have.
Welcome,
So
Commander.
we can get an engineer here at the cost of 180 supplies. So yes please. There's also a nice Corporal Grenadier. Not too shabby, but I want to save some of the money for upgrades. So yes, we invested into an engineer. Nothing else at the moment. If we look at the buildings, very soon we will need another engineer. So he can already start clearing out this one here. We definitely want to stuff, here you can see you can stuff 2 engineers into this room, and you definitely want to do it because that takes 60 days elsewise. So yeah, I feel pretty confident about our engineer supply so far. Let's finish making contact next.
For the South African sector.
Long live the resistance.
So
New regional contacts located.
we now have our bonus, which is in case we ever build laboratories in the near future, we will get another 20% research speed bonus. In terms of the next objective, I like to get another
Avenger
engineer.
plotting new course.
I'm not taking the soldiers so far, because we have enough soldiers. So let's go for the engineer, and afterwards expand to Europe. Good. We get another 107 supplies.
Maximum power consumption.
We want to build a power relay,
initiated.
which will take 12 days. And we don't have any more engineers to stuff. That's all we have so far. In terms of building items, we are okay with the 2 flashbangs, the medkits. We haven't had too much more so far. Let's look at our
I saw
research.
Carden muttering to himself in one of the corridors.
It will take 10 more days for magnetic weapons, and guys, this will definitely be a nice upgrade for us.
But I'm still keeping my eyes open.
The continent bonus for South America, that's what the chat just asked about. So the continent bonus for South America is Spiring. All Intel rewards increased by 25%. Not too bad, but as you can see, we are okay on Intel so far. And there are quite some data pads to research. Perfect. There's our new Grenadier. Let's properly color code her. Good. And let's take a look at our remaining soldiers. We still have wounded grenadiers. We have 3 rangers, 2 sharpshooters, and 2 specialists. I am thinking about going for another specialist here, or another sharpshooter. I mean, we haven't trained her so much. Specialists are okay as far as I'm concerned. Maybe we go for another Grenadier because they are really strong in the early game, and we need to remove cover very often. So yeah, combat tactic wise, we could go for more movement speed while being concealed. It's nice, but not really needed as of now. And Vulture, that might be an option because enemies drop an additional item, will help us to get some more loot. And it pays for itself because an item is usually worth around 20 supplies. So after a couple of missions, you already have that one amortized. Let's buy it. We're still okay on supplies. And continue with the engineer. The aliens improved their threat response procedures, guaranteeing reinforcements on all guerrilla ops missions for 1 month. Now that's bad news. And there's another hidden event in the next 2 weeks. And as you can see, there is an imminent retaliation strike, which is going to come up. Wangstra, yes, we are saving the rest of the money. Keep in mind, we still have enough things to sell. So there's more than enough money available currently. We want to stuff the next engineer here. As you can see, we now get it down to 28 days, which is nice. This is going to be our workshop. Workshops are super good because they produce gremlins, and gremlins are effectively engineers, 2 of them, which you can stuff in any of the adjacent cells. So that will further increase our engineer counter.
But before now, we've never had the resources.
We are a little bit heavy on engineers, 5 engineers, 2 scientists, so we might as well also get scientists, but like the chat correctly suggests, we should save the remaining money. So
Avenger plotting new course.
shortly check the black market. I'm thinking about a retaliation strike any second. So we could go for another scientist with our intel. That would be enough. We have just enough to go for it. But that would mean we can't make any contact with Europe, which would suck. It would speed up our research, however. So that's really an interesting question. I usually do like to keep a little bit of a reserve, specifically when we talk about intel. But also, scientists are not to be underestimated. Having a lot of scientists at the beginning really adds up, And what we don't want to do is fall behind the research curve. We need to get to plated armor also relatively soon. So I guess in this case I'm even going to recruit her. It's again another 20%. We now have 3 scientists. And let's take a short look. They would be interested in Elerium cores. We need them later to produce weapons and armor, but we don't need as much of them. And as has rightfully been pointed out, we also need some supplies left over. The first 3 items are always double the price, that's why it says very interested. We only need 1 Viper corpse currently, and Elerium we should keep. But the Elerium cores, fair enough to get rid of some of them for now. So we are again fine with our money.
Avenger plotting new course.
That's the next stage of the Avatar project.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
And here we do have supplies. Now let's just look at the intel. We would require 160 intel, which we can't get as far. So instead of getting the supplies, I'm going to install a radio. It will cost me supplies once, but it will also increase the supplies permanently from here. So it will amortize itself within the first month, and also it decreases the costs to further contact the next region. Good, and there's our retaliation mission.
Setting course for Sector 13, South Africa.
I'm expecting a very hard mission here. Probably the first time that Vipers are going to accompany them. Maybe even some of the robots. That could also be a thing here. So we want to take Blackhawk with us, that's for sure. I like the 2 here. I think I'm going to remove the second specialist. Rainman is already sergeant as well. Oh, wow. Not bad. But I instead am going to take 2 grenades. Let's edit her as well and see about her weapon upgrades. So we do have a hair trigger available. I like it. And we would have an advanced laser sight. Let's take the hair trigger. Also color coded. So he currently has no weapon upgrade, and another 10% chance of critting is not too shabby, because remember that we deal a lot of damage with our rangers. Good. So all of them now have modified weapons. We don't have a personal chip. We do have 2 flashbangs, our medkit, 3 grenades. That's the best squad that we currently have. And